Afternoon. It's approaching 4 p.m. It's 5 to 4. It's time for us to prepare our final hosted movement snack of the day. Movement snacking continues though. It never stops, in fact. The only thing that happens really is we keep on moving, but we don't really think about how we're moving. In this movement snack, we're going to think about how we move in our sway routine. A little bit slower, a little bit more relaxing, a little bit more settling than perhaps you'll find in the 12 noon. And we're going to stretch. Again, that requires our bodies to relax into the stretches. Breathing is useful to be focused on in those stretches. And all trying to get our flexibility, our stretchability through our muscles a little bit improved. That's what you're getting here. Nothing more, nothing less, but lots of other opportunities outside of these movement snacks to keep on adding specificity and specificness to specific moves throughout your day. Say that and keep all your teeth in. Right, Dawn can't stay. You've got another meeting. Oh, yeah. Hi. Bye. Do a little bit of sway when you finish. Get up, have a walk whilst you're on the chat or on the meeting, whatever platform you're on. It's just too easy to keep your bum stuck in that chair, isn't it, in the office? Too easy. Right, you've got that. You're agreeing. Yes, you will do. Seems it's a lot of your research stuff that brings us here, Dawn. Do we always practice what we preach, though? In this sense, we'll try. And you can't beat a trier. Right, here's Carol Kent, here's Christine Perry, here's... who else? Oh, just you lot. just you two and Dawn. Right, so that's all of you to say hi to then so far. Got a bit of a busy evening. I've been out for about an hour's walk today with my good friend Julia. She works in the village, so we went out for a little stroll and a coffee, just a little coffee stop off as you need to. And tonight I'm going to a football-based conference at Leicester Racecourse, and then, didn't plan this very well, driving all the way to Middlesbrough. Now, I won't be driving all the way to Middlesbrough because it's about 3.5 hours from here, and the football conference thingy finishes at 10, but I'm hoping to get out of there at about 9, half 9. So I'll just drive 2 hours up, stay somewhere, and then do the extra hour and a bit in the morning. So Dave's going to be with you for the 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'll probably be in the car feeling rather sleepy. Right, Christine Rowland's in. Hello. What's it doing down in Penzance today? I mean, if it's a beautiful day, there's no place like it, is there? Odile, afternoon to you. Beautiful day outside, but a bit noisy for me. So did go outside to do the movement snack, but had a change of mind. I'll bring you indoors to save all this. There's a lot of banging and drilling and stuff like that going on from a couple of doors down. I don't know what they're up to. Right, we're not far off. We're about there. Have any of you been oot and about, as Dawn has asked? Oot and about. I like that. Or any plans for this evening? Oh, you got lovely weather. Oh, apart from the fact that you got rained on playing tennis. Yeah, it's the law of sod, that, isn't it? Right, here we are at 4 p.m. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon and welcome. You're with me, Kelsey Leverton from Later Life Training, and this is a sway and stretch. Extra movement minutes to be had here in flexibility world and in a sway, relaxing-y, floaty arm kind of way as well. Today is Wednesday, I think it's the 19th of April 2023. I've got my bare feet out. It's a bit too hot for shoes in this weather. So I've got my bare feet out. You have your bare feet out, your socks on your feet, or whatever is comfortable for your feet. Are we ready? Get yourself organised in a bit of a space. Make sure it's clear, clutter-free on the floor. You're happy with the flooring underneath you with regards with what you've got or not got onto your feet. And you're happy with options for external support around you as well, should you need them. Firstly, we start with lifting, opening, relaxing the shoulders, lengthening through the abdomen here and pedalling through with the legs. In seated, just before you start those foot pedals, have a bit of a hip hotch forwards, walk in the bum, forwards in the seat so that you're in kind of a perched position, but a stable position all the time. Off you go with your foot pedals. And just a little bit of focus on the posture as we just let the legs get on with it. Marching away, knees coming up just a tiny bit higher, really just enough to let those big toes come off the floor. Big toes, the last two, pull off the floor, first bit to land down to the floor, rolling through the feet. Loosening through the ankles, the hips, the knees as we march. Muscles warming up, body in general warming up, and fluid in joints warming through as well and becoming looser, helping the joints with their movement too. Let's add in some upper body stuff, building on this warm up. Use your external support, like I say, as much or as little as you need. Quite often, just the smallest, tiniest fingertip touch, so not any weight through that arm or upper body, is enough in standing. Both arms, if you feel happy, bring them in all together now, all four limbs if you can. Steady pace, comfortable pace, breathing just a little deeper now, with the blood running a little faster around your body, being pumped a little faster around your body. They're the normal effects. All of those things, look, just from a march of approximately 3 minutes long. Loads of stuff happening, loads of good stuff happening. Right, bring that down. Let your arms just hang long and loose by the side of you, and then just widen your stance that tiny bit. All right, now the first part of our sway routine, fingers through the soil. So you can press down, give your fingers and hands a little bit of a wiggle. You can turn your palms away from you, push them behind you. It's like you're just turning over a bit of the soil that you're kind of planting. Imagine you're planting yourself into it. If you want to straighten out your hands, straighten out your fingers and thumbs, as you do that, you can do. Just slightly, a couple of options there. Wiggly fingers, straight pressing fingers. Have your feet just that little bit wider here. Turn out the toes and then sway side to side. If you need external support, just a low brushing motion there over the top of the soil, flattening it down. Old roots, and we're going to build new leaves from this sway routine. In seated, you're just shifting, transferring, gliding, manoeuvring your weight from one side of your bum over to the other. Feet remain flat. Just a low level movement here. All right, take a pause there. Now in seated, we did a sink and we built a stem or a trunk. You might want to reach out to the side, lift the body in your posture as you move your hands. And this is a knee bend in standing. Coming up and down and up and back down again. Flaring your arms out at the bottom, like a tree trunk, isn't it? It kind of, it sends its roots out a little bit further. And then there's the trunk or the stem, whatever you're building. Okay. Last thing to add on here is a little bit of bud growth. Bud growths. Just flicking the hands, different combinations, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, if you like. Reach into those higher areas. 2 on the one hand, 2 on the other hand, if you like. Just imagine those little explosions of blossom growth, the opening of the flowers, and relax down. Shall we go from the top? So we're not doing any amounts, any certain amounts, just do what you like, how many ever as you like. Does that make sense? All right, a little bit wider with the stance, a shift and a sway. Flat palms, loose elbows, loose shoulders, shifting weight distribution from right side to left side. Bring your feet into a position where you're ready to take a knee bend and lift up. Remember, in seated, you're going to be sinking and lengthening. Sinking into your trunk and lifting and lengthening into the trunk. In standing, we're just going through an easy knee bend. Bring the arms back down. Explosions of life then. Your own combinations, your own random finger flicks, hand flicks, wrist is on the go as well. Slow, different paces. And there we have old roots, new leaves and new flowers today as well. All right, everyone, into our stretch routine then. As I'm in standing, I'm going to do a standing calf stretch. I bet some of you are still in standing, and then I'll do the rest of them in seated. So here we are with a standing calf stretch, striding back. A good long stride there. The back leg not quite tucked behind the front leg for your balance and your stability. Good postural position, bending through, holding on to your support. You might prefer it to the side, you might prefer it in front of you, entirely up to you. From seated then, make sure that you can get your leg out straight, pulling the toes back, as you just focus on sitting tall. So we've got some length pulling in from the heel, around the Achilles, into the lower calf area and into the chunkier part of your calf as well. Lengthening out those muscles, helping with ankle movement. And if you've had a little bit of a heel on your shoe, or a Cuban heel, chaps, today, your calf is always going to be that little bit tighter. So getting the calf to lengthen out after wearing certain shoes is useful as well. And definitely, if you've been on your feet for a long time today, longer periods of time, and relax there. Okay, now coming into seated then, we'll carry on with the leg stretches. We're going to focus on the back of the thigh now. So from standing, take a slow and crowbarred in lowering phase and a bit of a readjustment hip walk so that again you can get your leg out straight. Loose ankle on the end of that leg. Lifted posture, take a deep breath in there, and as you breathe out, lean into it, find your way into that stretch. You might find that if you haven't got your shoes on, you've got less restriction around your feet and your ankles. You might be able to get your foot more flat to the floor. But if the ball of the foot's just hovering off the floor, that's fine. It definitely makes a difference, shoes on or shoes off here. So that's pulling in right at the back of the knee. Keep that knee straight. The minute it starts to pull and become a little uncomfortable, your knee might bend a bit. See if you can just press it into a slightly more straighter but comfortable position. And recover. Now I know we say a good long stretch in flexibility terms isn't really a long stretch at all. It's a 20 to 30 second hold time. Let's change sides, lifting tall. Ankle comfortable, resting on the heel, leaning forwards, lifting out of your posture there, posture lifting out of your hips. Relax the shoulders. Shoulders tend to carry some tension anyway without us kind of putting any more there. So press them down away from the ears, lengthening out the neck. The whole spine's lengthened, the back of the thigh is very much so as well. And recover, bending down, digging, weeding, garden-based stuff requires a lot of leaning over. Right, chest stretch now. Lifting tall, reaching back, squeezing the shoulder blades together to pin those shoulders into a more open position. Try and keep a bit of a lift through your abdomen as well. Think about the times that you need to reach behind you, either with both hands at a time or one hand at a time. You might be fastening something, passing a belt through. You might be washing, drying, putting moisturiser cream on, or sun cream if it keeps going like this. And relax out of your stretch there. Okay. Upper side stretch, and then we'll finish with our neck stretch as well. I don't think we did that yesterday, did we? Right, here we go. We better make the most of it today. Up, up, up we go. Shoulders down, head not moving into an uncomfortable position, heading on in the centre. Up we come through the elbow, through the side. If you want to put a little bit of an extra elbow lift in there, you'll find that you kind of banana shape yourself into a slight bend. You'll open out a bit more at the rib cage and down at the hip area, your sides there. If you want to take a bigger, stronger, higher reach, off you go now. You can just keep your arms supported or hold on to your external support and reach. Not too long a hold there. And then change sides. A little bit of clothing adjustment might be in order. You might find that you're a bit stiff around the shoulders because of your clothing, as well as how your shoulders are. But that will help just get it there a little bit better. Okay, notice where you can reach. Notice how your head feels in the middle. Are we kind of compensating with the head and neck positioning to reach a bit further back? Try not to. See how that feels. Lifting, lifting. Turning the rib cage to the side a little bit. And an extra reach all the way up. Up we go. And relaxing back down. Okay, a couple of shoulder rolls I think would be good for me. Join me if you like. And finally, our neck stretch. So hold on to your external support, come into seated, even hip walk back so that you're more supported in your seated position. And let's go down with the ear towards the shoulder. If you sat down, you might want to just close your eyes in this stretch. Take some deep breaths. Just turn the chin, tilt it down towards your collarbone, and just let your head hang there. the weight of the head, lengthening the muscles at the back of the neck. You might feel that a little bit further down into the upper back shoulder area as well. And just slowly come out. Slowly in, slowly out on these neck stretches. Loose neck, releasing tension, shoulder rolls combined in, giving the stiffness around your neck area. Top trio moves are excellent for head, for neck, spine, shoulders, and these stretches combined in with those even better. Always though, stretching on warmed up muscles, definitely after a bit of circ boost, definitely after any actions or work that you've been doing with your arms all over the place. All right, everyone, there we have fireworks in the sky. Oh, yes, those. I get you. All right, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Yes, I won't see you tomorrow. Dave's picking up the 8 AM and you'll have a double Bex for noon and 4 PM tomorrow. All right, we'll see how things pan out for a Thursday morning 8 AM in between travelling to the course and getting started, of course. Thanks, everyone. Have a lovely evening and I'll be seeing you.